Okay, get in a seat. Welcome everyone. Namaste. I'm so happy to have you here. Okay, you know me, so I'm going to start telling you a little bit of a story. If you follow me on Instagram, maybe you saw that I started this challenge that the other studio where I teach Breathe Together is doing. And it's an Instagram challenge that it's every day we are posting something that is related to one word that has to do with philosophy. So the first one yesterday was the first of the principles that we call the philosophical principles that we work towards ourselves. So it has to do with self-care when we are in this situation now that we are staying at home. So the first one is, if you saw my Instagram, it's called Saucha. And Saucha is usually related as a few different words: cleanliness, purity, or clarity. Those are kind of like the words that usually go around. And I told like my story and I put a picture about that yesterday, but what I wanted to tell you is that when we started the staying at home last Friday, when we came back from school with my daughter, I said, you know, we're going to have a lot of days at home, so I have this project and I think we should be like redoing your bedroom in a different way. So it started with the decision of taking her very old desk off the bedroom, and for that we needed to clean it. And when you went into her bedroom, you could only see a lot of snow globes, because she loves snow globes, and a lot of like paintings and crayons and MS. You could never be able to see the desk per se, but there was a desk in there. I was like, you know, we need to clear this, and I'm going to give you another desk that I have in another room that it's not being used and it's pretty new. So we did the whole project of cleaning her desk, and with that, we did like a whole cleaning of her bedroom, right? From there, we went into clearing the bookshelves and taking all the books that were not age appropriate and keeping just the books that are like for her, and blah, blah, blah. And we can see this idea of clearing as the physical space, right, where we are at, and having the opportunity now that we are at home to do that clearing or that stripping of the things that we don't need anymore. Now, also in the philosophy, we think how is it that we can use this personally, right? So as we go into a room, perhaps, and we do the decluttering and the clearing, we can also think, what are the things that I can get rid of or organize within myself to not be in perhaps an environment that it's toxic for me, or a relationship that it's not positive in my life, or to take care of my body in a better way by being more mindful of what is it that I'm eating. So this idea of cleanliness or purity is also the journey towards stripping things so we find our true self. And it doesn't mean that we have to change who we are. It's just like clearing, right? And that clearing, like I said in my post, is about this kind of like detoxing. So what I want us to do for today as we start, and we sit tall like usual, if you want to close your eyes, and you can even bring your palms already together into your heart, is to visualize or think of something for you. Perhaps it's a place, perhaps it's an activity, perhaps it's a mantra, or anything that shows up for you, that it's something that helps you connect with that place where you become more clear, where you are able to pause so you can be more aware or bring more awareness of the things that perhaps it's a good moment to clean. So we sometimes say we clean up the house, but we are also using this image to find clarity in ourselves. And perhaps that visualization, that place, activity, mantra, or anything that you can think of can be today part of your inspiration for this practice. For me, like I put in that post, a lot of it happens when I'm on my mat, that place where I feel that I'm getting rid of toxic things, not only my body physically, but maybe judgmental thoughts, perhaps relationships or conversations that are not positive or they don't add a positive intention in my life. So think of a place, something for you, and then if you want to dedicate this practice, your strength, your love to someone who may not be close physically now in this moment, but perhaps he is close in your heart, do so. And then we'll open together with the own sound, even if I cannot hear you. Let's all take a deep breath in first. A big exhale through the mouth. And then breathing in again. Then we'll gently connect the head down to the hands and the heart for a moment. When you feel ready, releasing the palms down, lifting the head and opening the eyes. Thank you so much to all of you there who are joining. We are going to start today coming onto our backs. Have your props if you have, or blocks or books or belts or something close by for when we need it. But we'll start coming onto our backs first, like if you're going into Shavasana. And put your palms on top of your belly. And take a few breaths here, deep, so you can feel the belly expanding when you inhale.
Karina.
Yes.
Sorry to bother you. Could you have everybody mute their lines, or could you do it, because everybody's got their audio on and it keeps on distracting the.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna
mute all.
I'm gonna mute as much as I can. Okay. There I go. Okay. Cool. So breathe deeply a few times, and as you do that, now that I have you closer, try to not only like feel the sensation as you expand and then you release and you contract, but also allow for the legs to release. So extend the legs like if you're taking Shavasana, and let them drop and be heavy. Don't worry, we are going to move, but we start a little bit like this so we can sense where we are at. And just add 1 or 2 more breaths there. And notice if you're still holding your shoulders, your legs, your knees, if you can release. And after 1 more cycle, relaxing shoulders, the back of your head. Good. We are going to bring the right knee into the chest, hug it in for a moment. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale the air. And then keeping your right hand holding the right knee, we're going to do 4 circles with that knee. Doesn't matter which way you start, just try to go slow. And doesn't matter also if it's big or small, just with your hand, you're helping that knee go in circles. And it's mostly to start opening hip flexors and start feeling the hips. After you go for 4 times one way, you can reverse, go the other way. Again for 3, 4 times. There may be sounds happening, so go slow. Good, and after you finish the last one on the second side, hug that right knee into the chest again. And with your left hand, bring that right knee to the left for a twist. Don't push too hard because it's the beginning. Drop the shoulders. And you can bring the chin to the right if you want. Only 2 breaths. We stay here. Try to make those breaths long and steady. Then we come back to the center, hug the right knee in again, one more breath. And then we extend that right leg next to the left one, let it drop. Let's bring the left knee in. Breathe in and out, one full breath there. Try to relax the shoulders, the back of the skull, and then holding with your left hand, let that left knee start creating those circles 4 times, one way. My right hand, I'm keeping it on top of the the right hip, so you can keep it there if you want, or to the side. And then reverse it for also the same amount, 3 to 4. Noticing any differences between that side and the other. When you're back, hug that left knee in again, extending through the right leg. With your right hand, bring the left knee to the right. Drop the shoulders, extend the left arm to the side. You can bring the chin to the left. Give yourself a couple of breaths here. Soft face, relax the jaws. Good, and then we slowly come back to center. Hug that left knee in. Good, and then slowly extend. Let's bend the knees and put the feet on the mat. Put your right foot on top of the left thigh. And if your hips are tight or you feel like it's a little difficult, you can keep the shape as it is. If you want to go a little further, you bring the knees towards the chest, thread the hands, the right arm is inside that right leg, and we bring that left knee in. Breathe 2 times here, again relaxing the back of your chest, the back of the head. Just opening up a little bit more through the outer hips. Good. And then we switch sides, put the feet down, put the left foot on top of the right thigh. Second side, you can stay where you are with the right foot touching your mat, or bringing the knees a little closer and threading that left arm inside the left leg for that number 4, 2 breaths. Good. Then we slowly release the arms, release the feet, and roll over to one side so you can come up. Actually, from coming up, we are going to go into our shins. So we are going to, if you need a blanket or something, put it there. Just stay on your shins, kneeling, and we're going to keep the left hand next to the left hip. You can hold your hip or just extend that arm to the side, and we're going to extend right arm up with one inhalation. With the exhale, we tilt to the left. Stay there, breathe in and out. Good, next inhale, we come up. Exhale and release. We go to the other side. You can hold your right hip or take the arm to the side. Lift through the abdomen. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, we go to the side. Stay there for 2 breaths. Good, we inhale, we come back. And release. Beautiful. Let's keep those knees where they are, and we come to the tabletop. But from the tabletop, we'll keep the hips over the knees, and we extend the arms a little further out. Try and use your fingertips a little further to the top of your mat, and push the floor away or the mat away to bring the chest down. And as you bring the chest down, allow for the shoulder blades to come a little closer to each other. The puppy pose, we call it. You can bring your chin down, the forehead, or anything that touches if it does. 2 breaths here, opening the chest. Feel the opening in the underside of your arms and the armpits. Good, and then slowly lifting, we come back. Okay, from here, let's take 3 cat-cows. Inhaling, let's open the front spine, chest goes up. Exhaling, we round. And again, inhaling. Exhaling. Good, take 1 more like that. Inhale, opening the front, follow your breath. Exhale. Excellent. Good. From there, we come to the tabletop. Again, we're going to lift into our shins from here, and we're going to lace the fingers behind the lower back, roll the shoulders, and extend the arms behind you. And see if, while you firm your hips into the midline or into the center of your pelvis, you can bring your right foot, right leg forward, like lunging, like we do many times. Good. And from here, keeping the navel lifting up, and I'm lifting also from the bottom of the pelvic floor, hugging the hips in, and going to shift the weight and bring the hips a little further forward. Okay? Of course, you go as far as it feels appropriate for you. So I'm trying to still firm my core, which is the bottom of the pelvic floor up, the hips in, the navel moving towards the ribs, and the ribs moving down. 2 breaths. Good. Then I'm shifting the weight back, and I'm bringing that right knee in. Release the arms, shake them a little. And if you remember, you put the opposite thumb in front. Again, we lace the fingers behind the lower back. We roll the shoulders. We extend through the arms. And this time we bring the left leg. Again, I'm firming the core first, lifting through the pelvic floor, hips in. And from there, I'm going to shift. I'm opening the chest, keeping the back of my skull lengthening up. Try to relax your jaws. 1 more breath. Good, and then slowly we return, bringing that left knee back, release the arms, shaking a little. Good, let's go from here, back to the hands and knees. Move your knees a few inches behind your hips, tuck your toes, put them to the edges of your mat so we make a big, a wide downward facing dog. And from there we lift, keep your knees slightly bent, push your mat away, and start lengthening the sides of the torso. Push through your palms, feel the base, so your palms and the feet or the base of your toes, if they are a little lifted like mine. And then see if you can again engage that core. Hips in, navel lifting towards the ribs, lower ribs moving towards the pelvis. Relax the head and the neck. And if you want to add a little bit more of the extension in the legs, send the heels a little further back and down. Toning the fronts of your legs and knees. 1 more breath. Good, then bring your knees down. Coming back to the tabletop. Good, from here we are going to put the forearms down. You can make your palms touch. You can lace your fingers if you want. Or you can also keep your palms facing up for a little bit extra fire there. So I'm going to do that. Palms facing up if you can. If you're doing this version, you try to press the thumbs down, pressing the elbows down. My elbows are under my shoulders. And then again, I'm going to lift that core in with my toes tucked. I'm going to lift into the down dog. Maybe I'm walking my feet a little closer. And I'm trying to bring my chest towards my knees or my thighs. So I'm really pushing the floor away with elbows, forearms, palms, if you're doing that. Or if the palms are together, just press them into each other. Make that chest go towards the legs. Breathe in and out. Good, and then bring your knees down again. Good, let's widen the knees. Take a child's pose. Release the sitting bones back. Relax the head down. Bring the arms with the elbows bent to the sides. 3 breaths. A couple more. In this place that you're resting, notice physical body, the breath, how the energy is moving, the blood pumping, and an opportunity to clear any judgmental thoughts or any things that are taking you away from the present moment. Good. Then slowly lifting back. We'll come back towards that tabletop, moving the knees a few inches behind the hips again. Plant your hands and let's tuck the toes to go up to downward facing dog. Bring the feet towards each other so they are touching the inner feet at the back of your mat. And 3 times we're going to come to plank. But I want us to use that core. So bring the hips in, lift the navel into the chest and the lower ribs towards the pelvis. We inhale plank. And we exhale to down dog. And again, inhaling plank. Exhaling down dog. One more, inhaling plank. Exhaling to down dog. Good, I like, we add one more so we can take the vinyasa. Inhaling to plank. Okay, stay there for a moment. Hug the hips in. Lift the pelvic floor towards the ribs and the ribs towards the pelvic floor. Then we go down. You can use your knees first if you need, or all the way to your mat. Good. Let's stay there with the hands a little wider than the armpit, sorry. Roll the shoulders back. Press and lift into cobra. Exhale, release. Good. Bring your hands a little closer again. Tuck your toes. You can go through the knees first and we go up to downward facing dog. Pedal the feet a few times if you need. Good, again, bring the feet close to each other at the back of your mat. Press into the left foot, press through the hands, lift your right leg up and back. Bend the right knee, open that right leg to the left. Make the left leg steady. And see if you can bring the left side of your ribs into your body. Don't let them pop. Then we re-extend right leg up and back. And we bring that right foot forward in between the hands. Left knee comes down. Good. Firm the hips. We come up. Squeeze the inner thighs. We inhale, arms up overhead. Hook one thumb into the other and extend through the sides. Lift through the sides. Firm the hips. Lift the chest a little. Good. Then we open the arms like the cactus shape. Just for a moment. Again, lift there through the pelvic floor. Bring the shoulder blades a little closer to each other. Breathing here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. One inhalation here. Good. Keep the hips firming into the midline. Bring the left elbow to the right thigh. We are going to the twist. You can stay here in this twist all you want. Let's try and press that right palm into the left one so we'll lift the chest a little higher towards the right and towards the ceiling. And see if you can bring your right shoulder blade into your body a little more. And option here with the back toe stack to lift the left knee off the mat. It's an added option, you don't have to do it, okay? Breathe in and out. Squeezing here in the twist, like when we roll a towel and we get rid of the extra water. One more breath. Good, left knee comes down. If it was up, come back to center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we'll take it back to down dog. Good, pedal your feet a couple of times. Let's go with the second side. Pressing into your right foot and the hands. Lift the left leg up and back. Bend the left knee. Opening that left leg to the right. Press the mat away with your hands. Tone that right leg, hips in. And then see if you can bring your right ribs in so they don't pop. Breathe in here. Re-extend left leg up and back. Hips are firm. Ribs in. Bring that left foot forward. Right knee comes down. And we come up. Good. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Hook the opposite thumbs. The one that was on top first, put it behind. Extend through the arms. Again, here an opportunity to activate core and inner thighs, outer hips, belly up, open the chest. Good. And then again, we open to that cactus shape. A little bit of chest opening here, shoulder blades towards each other, lower ribs down, lift the belly up. Good. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, hands to the heart center. Good, we'll go to the twist from here. So we'll lift from the sides of the trunk. Right elbow will come to the left. And press that left hand onto the right one to push that arm down or right hand down so you can bring the chest and the belly a little higher. Then the left shoulder blade tries to come in behind the chest. Take a few breaths there. I'm switching so I can see you. Good. Option here, toning the inner legs. If you have that twist and you want to go a little further, lift that right knee off the mat, toning the inner legs, opening the chest, head back a little. Good, slowly releasing right knee down, back to center, inhaling, arms up, exhaling, we go back, downward facing dog. Pedal your feet a few times. Good, and then from there we come to plank, inhaling. Exhaling, we lower. Good, extend your arms alongside your trunk with the palms facing down. Roll the shoulders back. Zip that belly up, extend through the legs. Inhale and lift. One more, stay there. Exhale, release. Good, bend the knees. Let's go to a child's pose. And again, we rest, 5 breaths. Good. Take a moment there, reset the breath, find yourself again. Notice the energy, the breath. Two more. Good. Okay, then slowly sit up for a moment. If you have a block with you or something similar to a block, you can keep it close by so you can use it. If not, don't worry, you don't have to, you can manage without, okay? Let's go back to downward facing dog from here. And then we press into the left foot, inhaling, right leg goes up and back. Right foot comes forward, turn the back foot down. Let's take this into warrior 2. Good, an opportunity here to tone the legs, pressing through that back foot, lifting through the sides of your trunk, expand through the arms. Good, again, let's activate that core by hugging the hips or firming them into the midline, lift the belly up, front ribs down, okay? Keep all of that, left hand to the left side, let's reverse the warrior. Good, stay here, but extend or straighten the front leg, hug the right butt into your body, so it's a reverse triangle. Good, and then we come back towards standing, we keep the legs straight and we lengthen to the triangle pose. If you need the block there, you catch it or you can touch the shin, lengthen through the sides. Again, we work with the core. So the hips move in, the glutes are moving towards the front of your pelvis. Lengthen the lower ribs towards the pelvis so we're not popping out. Lengthen the sides of the body, and then let's turn the left palm forward and bring that left arm over the head. So we are a side stretch, pressing through the feet. One more breath. If the neck feels uncomfortable, you can gaze down towards the right toes. Good. Let's lift that left arm back up. And now we are going to turn the palm. So the palm is facing the back of your room. And then you're going to bring that hand behind you. And you just put it behind your pelvis. Okay? From there, bend the front knee. And if you have your block and you want to catch it, you catch it. We're going to go into balance. So from here, you bring that back foot forward a little. And then we go up into half moon. This half moon is with that left arm behind you to open the chest a little more. Use here that core that I've been talking about, the hips moving in, the glutes moving forward or pressing or squeezing towards the front. Belly and chest, they are spinning up to the ceiling. Lift through the inner left thigh. One more breath. Then slowly bending through the right knee, we come back, and now we take that warrior two. Good, take a deep breath here. One more. Good, then we bring both arms to frame the front foot, back to downward facing dog. Then we inhale, plank pose. Take your chaturanga or bring the knees first. You can skip this if you don't want it. You can stay there and push back to down dog. Good, inhaling cobra. Exhale. Good, we go back up, down dog. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out, while I switch so you can see. Good, second side, inhaling, left leg goes up. Left foot comes forward. Right foot is turning back and down. We have that block close by in case we need it. Warrior two, second side, you made it. Good. Let's firm the feet first so we can lift the energy from there. Then I'm dropping my sitting bones. That left inner thigh is widening back towards the wall you have behind you. Okay? Good. Now lift through the abdomen. Right palm goes down. We reverse the warrior. Stay there where you are. Just extend or straighten the front leg, that left one. Keep the leg straight. Keep opening up that left side. Good, and then we come back. Good, now we'll take the triangle. Tone those legs, again, firm the hips. Lengthen towards that left leg. And we take that triangle pose. Now see if you can squeeze the glutes towards the front of the pelvis. Lower ribs in, or more than in, they are moving down. Lengthen the spine. Good, and then turn your right palm towards the left side of your room and bring that left arm over the head for an extended triangle. Good. We send that right arm back up. Now you're going to turn the palm so it's facing the back wall from your room. And then we bring that arm behind. Let that hand touch wherever it gets. Maybe it's the right hip, maybe it's behind the pelvis. Then gaze down towards the left toes. Bend the left knee. Catch the block if you need it. Bring that right leg forward. And then we move into balance, half moon. Lifting there, trying to bring that right shoulder blade in. Use your core, hips in, draw the navel up, lower ribs down, belly, chest up. You can bend the left knee a few inches if you need. One more breath. Then slowly bending the left knee, we come gracefully down and we return to the warrior two. Yay! Good, breathing here. One more breath. Good, then windmill the arms so we touch down, back to downward facing dog. Optional here, the vinyasa, if you want to add a little more, inhaling to plank. And you can always modify it or wait there for us. Cobra or lifting a little more. Downward facing dog. Good, bring the knees down, take a break. You can, if you want, this time bring your arms alongside your trunk towards the back of your mat, or just the usual way. Take a minute to reset. Soften everything down. Good. Few more breaths. You're doing great. Super, then from there, slowly we lift up. Good, bring your legs in front. Sorry, I'm going to move a little closer. Okay. Bring your legs in front of you, shake them a little bit. Good, we're going to bring the right knee in, and then we're going to do like the tree pose. So we let it drop to the side, sitting tall. We're going to make the left leg as straight as you can, okay? And we're going to lift the trunk first. If you have the belt and you need it, you put it. I like it a lot, so I'm giving just the example. You can put that on your foot, lift the spine, and then shifting a little bit the belly and the chest towards the left, we fold. You can, of course, use the hands. If not, you don't need to go super far. Just drop the torso there, 3 breaths. Then slowly releasing, we lift up. Good. Bring that right knee when you are up back towards your chest, and you're going to cross that right foot to the left, okay? And from here, we sit tall again. That left leg is super straight. We are pushing through the heel. The first thing that I'm going to do is inhale my right arm up. And with the exhale, I'm going to come towards the right and put that right hand behind me. And then with the left arm, I'm hugging that right knee in for 2 breaths. We are trying to lengthen the right side of the body here. So try to ground that right hip, right sitting bone as you lift the belly and twist the chest. Good, then we slowly return. Bring that right foot to the right side, extend the leg, shake it a little, and let's sit tall. We bring the left knee towards the chest, and we drop that left leg to the side. If you need support on that knee, you can put the block or anything there. You can catch the belt again. Lift the spine, belly and chest towards that right leg. It should be super extended and heavy as much as you can. And then from here, we fold, we catch the foot or the belt, and we stay there for a few breaths. Try to make the breath long and steady. Notice if there's any thoughts, things that are coming your way. Try to come back. Slowly lift the spine. We come back to sitting. Good. There's no moment like the present moment. So try to stay here. Let's put that left foot onto the other side. We cross it, sitting tall. I'm going to first create more of the opening with the breath. So I'm going to inhale the left arm up. And then I'm bringing it all the way back. And with that right arm, I'm bringing the left knee in. Lift through the spine. Now we are trying to lengthen the left side. So I'm trying to lengthen all that left side into left hip, left sitting bone, down to the floor. And then I'm adding that lift through the spine. One more breath. Good, then we come back to the center or the front. Take that left leg and extend it a little, shake it, a touch. Good. If you have a block or a big book or something like that, or two books or a box, maybe you can use it as a block. I'm going to put the block, if you have something like that, either flat or medium, the one that you choose. For me, medium feels good. I'm going to cross right shin in front of the left, so it's like I'm sitting cross-legged, and I'm going to set that block right behind my chest, where the shoulder blades are. It's a really good opener for the lungs and expanding the collarbones. It's really positive for this moment that we are all having in life. So see if you can just sit back until you set the back of your chest into the block. Lace your fingers, holding your head, not the neck, the head, and then let yourself drop and lengthen through the back of the neck into that shape. Okay, it doesn't matter if the head comes down or not. Hold it. You can even bring the elbows a little closer to each other if you want, or open a little wider. If the lower back is sensitive or feeling something funny, then you may need to readjust where the block is, okay? And stay there, 5 breaths. If you want to add a little bit more of a steady action here, you can try and squeeze the block with your shoulder blades. So imagine you want to like hug it and lift it with your blades, okay? So you can do that. But like I said, if it doesn't feel like you want to add that, don't. One more full cycle. And then we'll just switch the legs. So now put the opposite shin in front. It should be the left if you went with me. Just we cross there, the opposite leg, and again, relax the head, lengthen the back of your skull. 3 to 5 breaths. Good, last one. Good, and then sit up a little higher. Use your hands or forearms so they help you lift to the seat. Back again, you can move that block to the side until we use it again. Good, and let's come to our back. Hug the knees in and rock a little bit from side to side. Yeah, again, we are going to, like we did in the beginning, we are going to extend the left leg, hug your right knee in, and feel the expansion in the lower back here. So try to create more widening, more space. Using the yoga practice to help us get rid of stress, mental tension, the physical, of course, bringing toxins and just getting rid of all the stagnant things Now that we are locked in. Good, let's take that right foot for half of a happy baby. My left hand is going to stay on top of my left thigh or hip. So I press that left side down to the mat while I'm bringing that right knee towards my armpit, trying to get that half happy baby. Relax the back of your skull, soften the face. Jaws also dropping. One more cycle here. Then slowly release, extend the right leg. Take a breath here just to notice one side and the other. Notice your pelvis, your hips. When you're ready, let's switch. Bring the left knee into your chest first and extend that right leg. So you start rounding that side. Then with the right hand resting on top of my right thigh or hip or pelvis, I'm going to catch that left foot for the happy baby. If you need to bend the right knee for easier sensation in the body, of course you do that, right? And if it's okay, you extend through that right leg. The left happy baby side is trying to bring that knee towards the armpit. Keep the chest broad, relax the shoulders. Let your eyeballs drop down towards the back of the skull. One more breath. Then slowly release that, re-extend the left leg, shake it a little and rest there. Good. Let's cross the left foot on top of the right one. So I'm just crossing, right, one leg over the other. Extend the arms overhead. Catch your left wrist or a little lower and bring that side to the right and bring the legs to the right as well. Try to keep the left hip grounded. Just like that banana shape that we do sometimes in class, keeping the chest wide. Then slowly back. Good, let's switch. Right leg on top. Catch the right wrist or a little lower. Extend first, and then bring yourself to the left. Try to keep the chest facing up and the right hip dropping to your mat. Good, slowly returning. Release both legs, release the arms. Good. If you have again that block or book or something, bring it with you so you can lift the pelvis and put the block under it. Settle there for a moment. Bring the shoulders away from the ears. And then we'll bring the legs up for a few breaths. Good. The energy there with the legs is going up. We are dropping the back of the chest, the shoulders, the back of the skull. Long, steady breaths. Using the tools that we have within ourselves to clear the physical body, to purify the mind, to find more clarity, so we can choose the things that are aligned with our path, with our purpose. And without judgment or feeling bad about it, we release what is not part of our intention in life. That's cleanliness, saucha, or purity. Then we bend the knees slowly, putting the feet down. Lift your hips to take that block out. Release it. And then extending the legs, we'll start moving towards Shavasana. But if you feel like you want to hug your knees and rock from side to side, or add, again, like we did in the beginning, a twist there with both legs to one side and then to the other. Take a moment there because we still have a little bit of time. Good. And if you want to add socks, blankets, anything after you do your twist or you get ready, do that. I'll let you know when we are done with Shavasana. Don't worry about not hearing me. I'm going to, if you're at home and you're practicing with this video, take your Shavasana, and thank you for practicing with me. For the rest, stay there. I'll close the recording